One person dead and 3 others in custody. A fatal shooting leads police to 5 separate crime scenes. Plus, the Premier responds to a recall petition against her.
What it indicates is that the process is being abused.
As the list of MLAs facing political pushback continues to grow. And a standing ovation from a sold-out crowd. A Canadian icon returns to Calgary.
There is no one in the world who is as potent a force as Margaret Atwood.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Terry Fikowski.
Good evening. One man is dead after an early morning shooting in the southeast. The investigation sent officers to several Calgary communities and even outside of the city. It also shut down Ogden Elementary School for the day. 3 people are now in custody and police are still trying to piece together what happened. Jordan Canagan reports.
An SUV riddled with bullet holes and several blocks of this southeast neighborhood taped off for a suspicious death. Police were called to Ogden for the gunshots shortly after midnight Wednesday. A man was found dead on the sidewalk across the street from an elementary school. It's an investigation that sent officers all over. The damaged SUV found along 20A Street Southeast. Blocks away, a man dead on 20th Street. A shattered fence nearby also connected to the shooting. Across the city, a vehicle in the southwest is found near Tsuut'ina Nation. 1 person was arrested there, and the tactical team was called to the community of Palliser. 2 people were taken into custody from that scene, though their involvement in the shooting is unknown. A motive is also unclear, and investigators in Ogden marking out shell casings and speaking to neighbors. Police believe the shooting was targeted. Jordan Canagan, CTV News, Calgary.
Tsuut'ina police say 2 vehicles were recovered on the First Nation, and the people involved were not members of the nation. A man is dead after being struck by the C train earlier tonight near the Rundle LRT station. It happened around 7:30 at 26th Avenue and 36th Street Northeast. The man was taken to hospital but died of his injuries. Roads in the area were closed for several hours. The city also paused train service at the station and brought in shuttle buses to transport people to other stations. And an update on the crash we told you about yesterday near High River. A 58-year-old Calgary man was killed in the collision on Highway 2. Investigators say it seems his van hit a tow truck trying to remove a car from the median. There was no one in that car, and the driver of the tow truck was outside of the vehicle and wasn't hurt. A man wanted on multiple warrants in BC has been charged with drug trafficking in Calgary's East Village. Police say an officer ran a license plate check on a suspicious vehicle early morning of December 5th. During a traffic stop, items known for drug trafficking were spotted, including a scale and baggies. The man was arrested, and 158 grams of cocaine, 1.25 kilograms of GHB, cell phones and cash were seized with a street value of around $22,000. Brian Leonard is facing charges and will appear in court on Friday. A 12-year-old boy accused of attempted murder against his own brother has pled guilty. According to the agreed statement of facts, the boy was at home with his 7-year-old brother. The older boy stabbed him 9 times, then went outside to wait for his father to return home. According to the Crown, the accused had an urge to act out from voices in his head, and he Googled murder prior to the incident. The younger boy was airlifted to hospital with serious injuries. Well, we've told you before about the online sextortion network 764 targeting youth, including here in Alberta. And today, Canada became the first country to list the group as a terrorist entity. The government gave the new designation to 4 groups. That includes 764, white supremacist organizations Maniac Murder Cult and Terrorgram Collective, and ISIS affiliate Islamic State Mozambique. Ottawa says it's taking action to counter violent extremism, particularly the radicalization of young people online. This move gives law enforcement and security agencies more tools at their disposal to intervene. Elections Alberta has officially approved signature gathering for 3 more recall petitions, including one targeting the Premier. While one political scientist says Danielle Smith's seat is safe, it's certainly sending a message to the party. With more, here's Jacqueline Wilson.
Premier Danielle Smith, Environment Minister Rebecca Scholes, and Technology and Innovation Minister Nate Glubish are among the latest wave of UCP MLAs to have recall petitions filed against them. Right now, 21 MLAs are facing recall petitions. All but one are UCP members.
This is a very good protest movement. The government has removed a lot of different ways for protesting, but they haven't removed this one, and that's why it's being used. And once one group saw it against one MLA, then they jump forward on another and another and another.
For now, Smith said her government is watching the process.
What it indicates is that the process is being abused. We've been watching this, thinking that this is not how it was intended.
She has suggested her government could rewrite the legislation.
Yeah, I think it has rattled the UCP, even though they have yet to make legislative changes. It is clearly bothering them.
In a statement to Elections Alberta, the voter behind Smith's petition says that the Premier doesn't live in the Brooks Medicine Hat riding and has shown little effort to understand the people she was elected to represent.
Brooks Medicine Hat, they used to call themselves the Forgotten Corner, and they're not forgotten anymore. There are many, many projects that have moved forward in the last number of years that had not moved forward for many years before.
Smith's recall petition requires just over 12,000 signatures by March 10th to be successful. To be eligible to sign a petition, you need to have lived in the riding for the past 3 months. Some of the people we spoke to in Scholz's Calgary Shaw riding didn't seem too riled up.
No, it doesn't interest me at all.
No, we don't care too much. We don't understand why all this is going on. It just came in our mail.
More information on the petitions can be found on elections.ab.ca. Jacqueline Wilson, CTV News, Calgary.
The province made a last-minute change to its bill regarding citizen-initiated referendums. A new rule required the chief electoral officer to get direction from the justice minister about whether proposals are similar to others within the past 5 years. The officer pointed out it could harm the trust that Albertans have in the independence of elections in Alberta. The justice minister has removed that requirement. The UCP has passed its legislation impacting transgender Albertans. The government once again using the notwithstanding clause and limiting debate to push through the bill.
Alberta's Children's Statutes Amendment Act 2025 is now read a third time.
The bill confirms the government's intention to use the notwithstanding clause to shield 3 current laws affecting transgender people from legal challenge. These laws will police names and pronouns in schools, ban transgender girls from participating in amateur female sports, and restrict gender-affirming health care for youth under 16. An LGBTQ advocacy group is midway through a court case against the province and vows to continue fighting the UCP policies.
The court has so far agreed with us that the policies in question would cause irreparable harm to young people in the province. So what it says to me is that the Premier doesn't actually believe that there is evidence to support her case in court.
This is a UCP government that's going to have big regrets about the decisions they made this past session.
This is the 4th time the UCP has used the notwithstanding clause in the past 2 months. A famed Canadian novelist who criticized Alberta's controversial ban on school library books was back in Calgary tonight. Margaret Atwood spoke to a sold-out crowd at WordFest.
A memoir is what you can remember.
1,700 people came to hear Atwood speak at the Jack Singer Concert Hall. This was the final stop on her 3-city Canadian tour for her long-awaited memoir, Book of Lives. Now, back in the summer, Atwood spoke out after her novel, The Handmaid's Tale, was yanked from schools due to the province's rules around sexual content, which it later clarified to allow classics to remain. Her tell-it-all attitude is what many say they love about the author.
I've read a lot of her books and I like her philosophy on life. She's part of Canadian history and culture.
There is something so compelling about an artist in their 80s who still has so much to say, who has all this behind her, but there's no one who's funnier, no one who's more original. And I dare you to tell Margaret Atwood she doesn't have more to say.
Atwood returned to WordFest for its 30-year anniversary after being the first big author that came to the festival back in 1966. Organizers say this was the biggest show in its history. Let's bring in Danielle for our first look at the forecast. And I hope people enjoyed today because it's about to get really cold.
Yeah, really cold. I don't know how else to express it other than you need your thickest, warmest coat for tomorrow and short dog walks if you have a dog. It's quite a difference. We got to +8 today. And tomorrow, our high will actually be -8, but that will be really, really early in the morning. And then by the time you're off to work and school at around 8 a.m., the temperature will be -17 with a wind chill of -27. And then in the afternoon, we'll drop to -22 with a wind chill of -27. Also combined with snow and blowing snow, certainly possible in isolated areas of the city for the morning hours. All right, that longer range forecast just ahead.
Thanks, Danielle. 3 southern Alberta ski resorts are now allowed to welcome guests year-round due to a new designation from the provincial government. It's unclear if any actually will, but as Alicia Fieldberg explains, the province wants to open the door for more tourism.
You can hit the slopes at Alberta resorts during the snowy months, but tourism is not allowed in the off-season. The province wants to change that and has now designated Castle, Fortress and Nikiska Alberta's first all-season resort areas.
These 3 all-season resort areas have the potential to create 24,000 new jobs, $3.6 billion in GDP, and $4 billion in visitor spending.
Resorts with the new designation can pitch proposals to expand tourism into the summer months.
We're expecting mountain biking, zip lining, authentic indigenous opportunities as well.
1 in 3 international travelers come to Alberta seeking an Indigenous tourism experience. These all-season resorts are prime locations to meet that demand.
The newly designated resorts are considering their options to learn how this announcement may affect Nikiska and how Fortress might reimagine the space sustainably. Castle says whether it puts forward a proposal or not, they appreciate the government recognizing the incredible potential of all-season resorts. British Columbia already uses the all-season model at some resorts, including Whistler Blackcomb, which also attracts Alberta tourists.
$1.2 billion of Albertans' money is traveling across the border to spend throughout the visitor economy in BC. I think the objective here is to develop product within Alberta that Albertans can use all year round, not to mention international visitors.
Alberta's government says the new designation will maintain environmental standards. Wildlife advocates want clear framework and public consultation before areas are designated.
Albertans need to do their best to ensure their government is accountable to them. Public lands are for the public, they're for the people. We shouldn't see them privatized at our expense.
The province says other resorts will be considered for all-season designation. Alicia Fieldberg, CTV News, Calgary.
Still ahead, a permanent place for grieving parents. The special crypt now open in Calgary, dedicated to families who've experienced a miscarriage.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
A new project is offering some families in our city a permanent place to grieve. A first-of-its-kind crypt will give parents an opportunity to bury their miscarried babies and a network of support that can help them process the loss. Tim Brooke explains.
Sarah Francis was 11 weeks pregnant when she lost her baby. It sparked dozens of questions for the Calgary mom.
How do I tell my loved ones? Do I keep this a secret? Do I tell my friends and family? There's just a lot to work through, a lot of fears, a lot of shame.
Francis says the city offered few options for a burial, so she temporarily laid her child to rest in her backyard while she looked for a more permanent solution. Wednesday, she finally found it.
So I hope that this Loretto crypt is a gift, seen as a gift to the city that brings people healing and hope and community and connection and ultimately peace.
The Loretto crypt is now open inside the Queen's Park Cemetery. It'll hold individual containers with the remains of babies who died before 20 weeks of gestation. It was created by parishioners at the Roman Catholic Diocese of Calgary, though it'll be available to Calgarians of all faiths at no cost.
It gives them an opportunity to both grieve, but also to know that there's a respect and a dignity that is acknowledged.
Organizers believe the crypt is the only year-round burial site of its kind in the country, and there's a need. Statistics show nearly 1 in 4 recognized pregnancies ends in miscarriage. most in the first trimester.
It isn't they have miscarriage and it ends. That miscarriage is impacting them day in and day out, and it's every single person you know.
The crypt was blessed and officially opened Wednesday afternoon. Jude Francis was one of the first babies interred. Tim Brooke, CTV News, Calgary.
The province announcing today it will spend billions of dollars over 10 years to improve continuing care in the province. The government says 1 out of 5 hospital beds are occupied by patients who no longer require acute care, which can lead to long wait times in crowded emergency rooms. The UCP is promising an initial $400 million to build an additional 1,500 continuing care spaces across Alberta. It's part of a new assisted living framework aimed at getting patients access to at-home care or other supports and ease pressures on hospitals.
We have all been in that vulnerable moment, scared for ourselves or for someone that we love, sitting for hours in an emergency room waiting to be seen. And that's not fair to you, and it's not fair to the Albertans who were left to languish in hospital beds when they could have been cared for in their homes and in their communities.
About 90% of continuing care home residents are seniors. The assisted living minister says spaces in Calgary and Edmonton will be prioritized first. A new recovery center is opening for those struggling with addiction, and the people who run it say there won't be a waiting list. Brick House is a private outpatient facility that promises all forms of treatment under one roof. Therapists and addiction counselors will help incoming patients, and they can be referred to psychologists if necessary. While many treatment centers are residential, those seeking treatment at Brick House will go home at the end of the day. Well, as we heard from Danielle, you are going to want to bundle up and prepare because we have very cold weather on the way and it's a cool night out there. Full forecast is coming up. Heavy snowfall is being blamed for a crash that closed Highway 1 east of Golden this morning. RCMP say a semi-truck and trailer spun out and crossed the barrier, blocking all 4 lanes on Highway 1. It then crashed into a second semi-truck and car. Nobody was hurt, but the highway was closed in both directions for several hours while Mounties investigated and avalanche control was done in the area.
All right, it's hard to believe that the temperatures will be dropping so significantly for tomorrow. So today's daytime high in the city was +8. Tomorrow, with the wind chill for much of the day, it will feel like the minus mid-20s, even the minus high 20s with that lovely wind chill. So a much colder day for tomorrow. Wear your biggest, heaviest, warmest, coziest coat for tomorrow. You're going to need it. All right, 10 degrees was the high in Vancouver, 15 in Victoria. Somewhat cooler temperatures off to the east, but certainly cooler just east of us. Regina -12. Edmonton only got to -13 today. That cold air is really filtering down, and you'll really notice it tomorrow. All right, condition-wise, it will also be very gusty tomorrow, and on top of that, we are looking at snowfall for all communities pretty much in southern Alberta, Calgary included, for the morning hours. And what we're looking at tonight through tomorrow is that blowing snow. So strong winds and heavier snow in the communities down through Medicine Hat. So Hannah, Medicine Hat, Brooks included in this. And south of Medicine Hat, the snowfall warning's in place because 15, even 20 centimeters is possible in some localized areas south of Medicine Hat, especially higher elevations. All right, even though east of that or west of that, there are no watches or warnings in place, still snow and blowing snow is a big issue for tomorrow morning and the morning commute. Now, we have less of a chance of seeing significant snowfall in the city, but we should still see isolated flurries tomorrow. We'll get some tonight for sure. And in all communities, we'll likely kick this off with some freezing rain. For Calgary, that arrival is for late tonight, early morning hours, and then we'll switch over to some snowfall. And then we still have that freezing rain and mixed precipitation switching into snow in the far south. So there's a lot going on over this next little bit. You can also keep in mind that everything that melted today is freezing, flash freezing out there on the sidewalks and the roads. So very slick conditions with snowfall on top of that. All right, snow for the morning hours. And then it clears out for tomorrow afternoon for the most part, but it may linger a little longer in the far south. And then our next wave of snow arrives on Friday, and that will be one to shovel for sure in the city. All right, when we look at how much snow we can expect, the first wave for Calgary is about 2 to 4 centimeters, but in total, when you combine tonight through late Friday, about 8 to 12 centimeters is what we're looking at for Calgary in those couple of days. 18 for Lethbridge, and that bullseye area south of Taber, south of Medicine Hat, 15 to 20 centimeters certainly possible. Longer range forecasts, keep in mind this -8 is pretty deceiving. That's really early in the morning. We'll plummet throughout the day, and the wind chills will be in the -mid to -high 20s. Another centimeter of snow, 2 to 4 centimeters tonight, and then another centimeter tomorrow morning is possible. And then by Friday, 2 to 4 centimeters, -18 as a high. So similar temperatures on Friday as well. Then we start to rebound, and we should get above freezing by Sunday.
Well, we've been warned. Thanks, Danielle. The Calgary Flames looking to keep their recent winning streak alive. Highlights from their face-off against Detroit is next.
Part of this game for the Flames. Fairby and shoots, scores!
That penalty shot in the third period helping the Flames pick up momentum against the Red Wings tonight. Despite 2 more to follow, it wasn't enough to catch up to Detroit, though. The final 4-3 Detroit, which breaks Calgary's winning streak on home ice. Next, the Flames hit the road to play the Los Angeles Kings on Saturday. A Calgary charity is trying to bring a little Christmas cheer to families in need this holiday season. Closer to Home has an Adopt a Family program that provides gift cards to help out with expenses, but it relies on donations to buy those gift cards. Kevin Fleming has more.
Christian just turned 1 on December 6th, and last year Stephanie Vissen and her family were in the Adopt a Family program that she says made all the difference.
It was very nice, very good. There was a lot of present. I didn't prepare before that, go with him to the hospital. Yes, the kids was very happy.
Vissen has 2 other boys, 6 and 10 years old, and her husband works in construction, but she says it's slow this time of year.
He tried to work right now what he has, like to make money to keep the rent, because I move in different place and I was a little tough.
Faria Botan has heard many similar stories. She's responsible for helping families when they're in crisis.
There's various situations. It could be lack of support. It could be also looking for jobs. Just the crisis going on right now, especially with this economy.
Botan says clients are focused on paying for food, rent, and utilities, and that doesn't always leave anything extra for the holidays.
They're basically worried about providing the basic needs over maybe getting gifts for their kids over the holidays. So it's quite difficult for them to make that decision.
This is the 16th year Closer to Home has run its Adopt a Family program. It started with 52 families in 2009 and is now up to 800.
When a family gets registered for Adopt a Family, we give them gift cards rather than physical gifts. It allows them to go out and empowers the caregivers and parents to go and purchase the items that their family needs most. So it could be things like basic necessity items, winter clothing. With this snap coming, we know there's a big need.
Sarah Ann Taylor says you can adopt an entire family or simply make a donation that will go toward helping families in need this holiday season. Kevin Fleming, CTV News, Calgary.
Now, they are looking for those donations by December 15th, so they have enough time to buy the cards. We have more details up on our CTV Calgary website. That is all our time this evening. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you back here tomorrow night.